Okay, so my starting balance is $18. So I already put a pending order around here for sale. So I'm gonna just trade a little and try to explain my thoughts on why I'm making those trading decisions, and we'll go from there and see how much I can make and how you don't really need to actually start with much capital to make profit. So let's see how it goes. So while we're waiting for the next opportunity, I feel I should just explain a few things about what I'm doing and what I have on my chart. So as you can see, I have Quotex opened here and I have another chart in the background. The chart on the background, this one is a 5-minute chart, while this one is a 1-minute chart. So I'm looking at for support and resistance levels on the 5-minute chart, then I take my decision on the 1-minute chart. So you can see it's $18 in the live account. My time per trade is about 1 minute, so I put the amounts here. So now on this chart, what I have is I have SMA 200, moving average 200. I have stochastics oscillator 80 level and 20 level. Then I have RSI 70 and 30 level. Although the main thing that determines my decision for taking a trade is actually the 5-minute chart, the support and resistance levels for the 5-minute chart. That's the strongest decision that affects my taking a trade. Although price action, also comes into play. So hopefully I'm hoping that while this session is on, that there will be some trades that I will take. I will explain it to you and you see how it's connected to price action and the overall behavior of the market. Now, just something quickly. I click on this chart and I go to the daily time frame. We can see that overall the direction is down. At least currently, yesterday was a massive sell and broke a daily level, pulled back up towards the end of the day, and today it's pulled back a little bit. It's basically the trend is down. This is very important. You want to take most of your trades in the direction of the market, of the predominant trend. Okay, so I think we just enter the trade. Okay, like I said, I placed a pending order at that level. So I'm doubling the balance there. Because it just broke that level, so I'm expecting it to at least react to it, selling. It's a kind of pullback. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay, so I opened them for $2 there because I already put a pending dollar for $1. So watching it and seeing how it reacted. I wasn't expecting the other one to enter. So 59 seconds and we won the trade. So we won the two trades, the pending order that I put for 1 minute and the one I doubled on it. Now, if you look at on the 5-minute chart here, you'll see that I already had some lines drawn here. One of them was for this level, which was a 5-minute resistance level. The other was for this another 5-minute level, and the third was for this another 5-minute level. Although this level here, if you can look at the color very well, you will see that this was kind of like another color. Now what this means is that, because what I usually do is that I use different colors for different time frames, so that I can easily tell which time frame I'm actually, which time frame resistance level or support level the market actually just hit or broke. So in this particular case, this color now is close to red. I know that this is a 15 minutes resistance level too. So if I switch to 15 minutes here, exactly, you'll be able to see that that color, this was also a 15 minutes resistance level. So now the market, let's look at some things about the behavior of the market. Let me look at 1 hour. Now on 1 hour, the market has been falling, yes, most of the day. In this place, it now formed a doji. Doji, remember, signifies indecision. I was trading all throughout this period. Then after that, it formed another doji again. And right now, this is 11:51, meaning that this is another 1 hour that is about to end, and it's more or less still forming another doji, because in about 9 minutes, this candlestick will be over. Since I'm looking at the 1 hour chart, this candlestick will be over, and if it doesn't move so much from where it is right now, it means that this candlestick again is going to end as a doji. Let me open it on a new chart so that you can see it, because all my lines are on this, so you may not be seeing it very well. Okay, so this is a new chart and you can see it, doji, doji, and this is the current candlestick forming, and we have about 8 minutes left. This is 11:51:48 seconds. You can see it. So the trend is down, but with these dojis forming right now, doji is indecision. It could end up, after forming these dojis, break down. At the same time, dojis are usually, when you see several of them, they're usually a warning that the trend, the direction is not setting right now. Most likely, maybe you stay out, or you just keep trying to scalp out of the predominant trend. Let me zoom out because I just saw a similar thing here. So it's something like what happened here. Yes, it was a downward trend up until somewhere around there. You can see doji, 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 several dojis. You get indecision candlestick. But it didn't turn around, because a lot of times people make the mistake that when they see indecision candlesticks, whereby the price open and the close is almost at the same level, they start assuming that the market wants to change direction and maybe turn upwards. It's not always the case. Several dojis could also just be consolidation, like you have here, and the market continued right down. The same thing happened here again. After several consolidations, the market continued right down. Even here also again, you had something like a slowdown with dojis. This was almost forming a pattern of reversal. But the market still continued down. So what we're having here may be a situation whereby the market may continue down. I just felt I should explain that. So let's get back to the charts, 5 minutes charts, and let's continue to look out for opportunities. Okay, so the 5 minutes chart that was forming just finished. So what I usually do is that as it has finished like this, I will now put, because this now becomes a new level of resistance, so I'll just try to quickly put a level there. So if the market decides to go right to that level and hit it, then I'll sell there. Sometimes what I can do, if I have enough time, I may just do the same thing again. Check for the levels where it is. The open price, close price here was 18.26, while this one was 18.27. So I can put a pending order there at 18.26. It already hit that level, so I just entered in manually because it already actually hit the level. So let's see how that plays out. So I'm gonna adjust this to 2. Okay. Try to see if okay. So I entered in again. Okay, but the momentum up is quite strong. So I'm going to try and enter in one more time. Although with the strength of the momentum, I'm a little bit concerned about that. But it has broken multiple levels, so I expect that at least should pull back just a little. So let's see if this can hold. Hopefully, even though the momentum is still very strong. Let's see if this can hold. Okay. 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 So we won that. Okay, so it was a tough one. But I held on to the position. I kept doubling on it because it hit multiple resistance levels. Although looking at the current trend, the way the current trend is moving, it looks more like the market is trying to be in an upward trend. So let's look at our candlesticks again, because this is something, even though the resistance levels are strong, if not, normally I prefer to trade in the direction of the market. But if we're looking at multiple resistance levels broken, then that can give me confidence to keep going and increasing my capital on the trade. So in this case, as you can see, it seems that we're now in a kind of mini trend upwards because it has broken this level. But let's see. No, okay, it may just be breaking up, but it's something that we need to watch and be careful about. Like I said, my main decision for entering trades is actually this five minutes resistance levels. Sometimes too, fundamentals can take over, and what you expect may not happen as you expect it to happen. So let's look at our fundamentals. This is Forex Factory, so I just usually check the news there and see what's happening. Okay, so at the same time, it just became 1 o'clock, so that may have been because usually by 1 o'clock I know that a particular market joins into the Forex market, so sometimes that join may increase trading volume, and you will see things like as if the market is, acting in a different way. It's not acting in a different way. It's just fundamentals. More volume is being traded, and the market is trying to determine a direction. Nonetheless, from this point, I think we'll be a little bit more careful. I think it's the US or the US or so market that just joined, so we have more volume in the market. So from this point, we may have the market being a little bit more volatile. I know the next major news is by 2:30, and this is just one. So I want to stop trading before that time. So let's keep watching and see how things play out. Keeping in mind, I still am of the mindset that okay, the main trend up until this moment is still the sell direction. Nonetheless, I'm also looking at that the fact that okay, the market at this point is currently in a kind of buying channel. So with that, I would be careful. So I think we have a new support level around here now. So since it has crossed some of these levels, I can just delete them. What I normally do is that as the market crosses some levels that previously were important, I remove them afterwards, and try to focus more on the most recent levels that the market is dealing with. I didn't even see this before, so that even adds to why that level was so strong. Okay, so we seem to be in a kind of buying channel. So this level is a major level on the daily, so it may hit that and then pull back. Anyhow, let's see how that plays out. Actually, I think I'm still buying strongly. I wanted to actually take a sell there because of that level. But why I slowed down because of that level is because it's not a current level per se. It's a level that in the past the market has already dealt with and passed, So these levels here would be more correct. Nonetheless, too, with the okay, I thought it was already hitting it. Okay, so let me take another one. Okay, because the level is very strong, so we're confident that this level will hold because of the multiple support resistance there. You can see the blue line, you can see the red line. So this is going to be a big one. This is exactly how you trade strong levels, Of course, by experience, I can tell, okay, this stronger one should surely hold as long as I've entered it, at just at that level, If it misses the first one, it shouldn't miss the second one. So, it's pulling back, we're watching. Just have A few seconds to go. A few seconds to go, and the two of them are holding strong. Wonderful. We won that. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. So that's how we roll. That's about $25 plus there. So that's exactly how we roll. You know, some may be wondering, okay, why did you use the $7? Well, I was more confident about the level, you know, and I can assure you that even that level still has room to sell, you know. It still has room to sell. I don't see the price just bouncing off that level so fast. You know, the chances are is that it's still gonna have more press down. You know, so I'll do a little bit of explanation for what happened, and we'll round up the video. First of all, this blue line, like I said, is a major level. Blue, when you see the blue lines, the way I did it for myself, so I can easily know them, is that I use for the blue lines, I use them, those are for 30 minutes and 1 hour. So they are strong levels. However, we have another blue line here. So this was the reason why I expected yet these two places to be strong levels. It broke one blue line and broke another blue line also. So that's why I expected it to be a strong level. This red line must have been from the past, a past level that it must have broke through that I didn't remove. Let me see. Like I said, it must have been from the past. If not, I don't see why that level is supposed to be there at all. Okay, so I believe it was from this place. You know, same thing with the hourly level. So the red line wasn't even supposed to be there. But the blue lines, since they're at a higher level time from 30 minutes, they even in between, even when it has been passed before, it still has power. You know, still has power. So that's for that. We'll pause the tutorial here. I just hope you learned something about the levels and what I'm doing and how. So I'm sure you noticed when we started trading, we started with $18. Now we are in $30. So I'll see you in the next one.